Today I'm making crumpets, and this idea came to me because my sister wanted to take me for my birthday to a tea and crumpets place, but we never really found a place that actually sells crumpets, so I decided to make my own. So in a bowl, we're going to start by adding half a cup of water, half a cup of milk, and this is low-fat milk. And then we're going to warm this up a bit in our microwave just so it's warm to the touch but not boiling, because it will kill our yeast if it is too hot. Now we're going to add 2 teaspoons of sugar and dissolve that. Once it's dissolved, we're going to add 2 teaspoons of yeast, and this is the yeast I'm using. Now we're going to place it in a warm place, like on top of our stove, for 10 minutes. And then in this plate or bowl, we have 1.5 cups of flour, and we're going to add 1 teaspoon of salt. Now we want to fluff this up to incorporate some air into it. And since it was too small, I decided to move it over to a larger bowl. And there you go. And we're just gonna make a well in the center for when our yeast liquid is ready. So after the 10 minutes have passed, our yeast has foamed, and now we're gonna add it to our flour mixture. And we just want to incorporate that gently until it combines. Once you have that mixed, we're going to place it on top of our stove for another hour, but this time we're going to cover it with a clean kitchen towel. While that's rising, we're going to add 1/2 cup of warm water and 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda into a bowl and mix it up and set that aside for our dough. After an hour, our dough is nice and spongy and sticky, so it's ready for the next step. We're gonna add our water baking soda mixture, and you're gonna stir it gently to incorporate. You're gonna notice that it's a bit hard, and it's a bit hard to incorporate, and it doesn't want to take the baking soda mixture, but it will. Just be patient. And I just left it so you can see how the batter is going to look like, because it's in between a batter and a dough. I don't know exactly how to identify it. And once that's ready, we're going to cover it with our clean kitchen towel and put it in a warm place for 30 more minutes. And now our dough is ready. So we're going to use, in my case, I'm using mason jar lids, but if you have crumpet molds, go ahead and use those. I'm barely getting mine in the mail, so maybe I'll update this recipe. If not, these molds work fine. I'm using 2 sizes, that way you can see that both ways it works. And you need to really butter or oil your molds in order for them to slip out once they're done. And you just cook them until they're lightly browned on the bottom. And as you can see, this mold is going to come off pretty quickly. That means I did a good job at buttering it. And then you just repeat until you finish your batter. And there you go. Not all crumpets are going to come out the same. It all depends on how long you let your dough rest. I noticed that I got bigger holes or air bubbles in my the last of my batter, and it's only because I let it sit for about another hour out at room temperature, and the dough, I guess, changed. go ahead and you serve these with some tea, butter, strawberry jam, or honey, whatever you prefer. I prefer the strawberry jam. And you're gonna see the difference in the crumpets. This is the beginning of the batter, and this is towards the end of the batter. You see how it's different? Okay, after you're done, enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my recipes. I upload Monday through Thursday. And as always, thanks for watching. Talk to you next video.